Hello, welcome to Soweto Commute. So, I'm going to be talking about something that is really bothering me, and this is the use, or in this case, the misuse of lights on the car. Cars have so many lights. We have those at the front, we have those at the sides, we have those at the back. In all sorts of positions, different colors, and all these lights are meant to serve different purposes. So let me start with just a basic go round, then I get to zero down to the point of this discussion, of this video. So we have headlights at the front. These are basically meant to light up the road as you drive along at night or in a dimly lit situation. You have lights at the back. These are meant to make you visible to the oncoming cars so they do not drive into you. And this is whether it's the brake lights to show that you've actually stopped, or it's the ordinary red lights when you actually turn on the lights. These are also called parking lights. Then we have the indicators. These are the orange or amber, as some people call them. And in some countries they're actually red. So yes, in the USA it's allowed to have red indicators. Some cars actually have red indicators in the USA, like the Ford F-150s and some other models. So yeah, rear lights, and then we also have red. Some cars have rear fog lights. So in especially European cars, they have an extra set of bulbs at the rear which are brighter than the ordinary parking lights. In fact, they're as bright as brake lights, but they'll stay on permanently when turned on. So these are called fog lights. And then we have other sort of lights on the sides, like those you find on big cars, and and indicators and more indicators. So now back to the subject matter. So I wanted to focus on headlights. So at the front of the car, most cars have we have two sets of headlights, one at the left, one on the right. Each one of those has two sections. We have what we call the low beam, or the driving beam, and then we have what we call the high beam. Okay, so the low beam, or the driving beam, is somewhat blocked off. If it's an HID bulb, in this case these white bulbs, you have some sort of a shield which blocks it off so that the light does not glare on oncoming traffic. If it's the old school type of headlight without a projector, the bulb itself has some sort of shield that prevents the light from blinding oncoming traffic. The design of the reflector as well is designed to prevent oncoming traffic from being blinded. So the manufacturers and the designers put in a lot of effort to ensure that these headlights work as intended. So the low beam actually aims its light downwards at the road, so you can actually see the road surface, but you do not blind oncoming traffic. Then we have the high beam, which basically just lets it all out. It just, like a flashlight, bright as far as your headlights can go. It's really bright, but unfortunately it blinds oncoming traffic, and this is not good. So if you're selfish on the road, like some people that I know, Harrier drivers, Harrier drivers, Harrier drivers. If you're selfish on the road and you want to see very clearly where you're going, you're going to end up blinding the rest, and people may actually end up driving straight into you, causing a head-on collision just because you actually wanted to see properly but ended up blinding the other people. So let us try to be considerate with other road users. Please only use the high beam for like a brief moment when you actually need to see far, or on long highway drives, and be sure to turn them off when a car is coming towards you in the opposite direction, such that we avoid these road accidents. Most of the time, we have these accidents that happen at night, and we tend to find out that it was a head-on collision. Head-on collisions can only be caused when somebody was blinding somebody else. That's why most of the time you find it was a bus. These buses, these big trucks, they have very bright headlights. Like, by the way, this is just a caution. If you're driving along the road and you have these very bright lights shining in your eyes, chances are it's a truck, it's a bus, it's a fuso, it's something big. So just move over just a little bit, especially if you try flashing them back and they don't react. Chances are it's a big car. So let's be considerate. Let us try to drive with what the intended driving beam is, and that is the low beam. Let us not blind other drivers. Let us all be safe on the road. Let us use these instruments as they were intended to be used. This way we shall have, everybody will be happy on the road. We shall have the road accidents that are a result of poor visibility will be eliminated just by learning the proper use of headlights. Okay, then we have last but not least, we have another set of lights. On most cars you find these lights under the bumper, or on the lower bumper. On some cars they are actually integrated within the main set of headlights. Some cars don't have them at all. So these are what we call the fog lights. Fog lights most of the time are yellow. In fact, they should be yellow because the frequency of the yellow light penetrates fog better versus the frequency of the white light. But most people, not most people, some people tend to switch out that yellow bulb for the white bulb because the white bulb looks better. And there's really no fog use cases, especially in Uganda. So yeah, it's about how good the car looks, so people put in the white bulb. But otherwise, those are fog lights, and they're supposed to be used for fog situations. Yeah, so let's just have a recap. We have the low beam. It should never be above waistline. Basically, like, that is how low. There's always that very crisp what we call the cutoff line for the headlights, as you can see in that shot. At the bottom, that's where the light is, and it's properly cut off towards upwards. So that's how the low beam should be. The high beam is open, so as to give you good visibility, better visibility, but then it blinds oncoming traffic, so use it sparingly. Then we have the fog lamps. These are for bad weather situations and things like that. All right, thank you very much. We've come to the end of my commute. Like, subscribe, give me a comment, ask any questions. I'll be ready to answer, and yeah, spread the word. Cheers.